Hey, hey. Hello, Facebook Live watchers. If you are watching, we are Mark and Tamiel Kenney with Think Multifamily here today with Eli Vo, who has gone from 2 single family to over 400 apartment units, or soon to be over 400 apartment units. So while you're watching this, if you have any questions about apartment investing, or about anything that Eli mentions about his story, how he transitions from single family to apartment investing, we would love for you to post your question in the comments. If you like what you are watching, go ahead and give us a thumbs up or show us some love, and then you can share this post so that more people can jump on live. That would be awesome. Thanks for joining us, Eli.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm very excited about being here.
Awesome. So what is Ebony and the kids up to today?
So we're about to head out to go do some family time at the pool. They're hanging out right now doing Avery's words and spelling right now. So we're all just kind of chilling out there.
You're making your kids do homework during summer, man. My goodness.
We always get respect for that too.
Only a lot. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have, our 2 kids, one's still sleeping. It's noon and one's still sleeping. The other one's just watching something on her phone in her room, and I told her to keep my dogs quiet. And then we have +1 this weekend, so he's still sleeping in the guest bedroom. So we'll see if anybody comes walking around behind us as we are chit-chatting. But let's just get started with our conversation about how you transition from 2 single-family houses to almost 400 apartment units while working a full-time job as a military IT guy.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want me just to kind of go and give your background?
A bit of your background, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, sure. So I work IT for the Air Force. I've been in the military about 17 years. And, like a lot of people, I was kind of raised to believe, the best way to live is to, go to school and work a job, especially in the military, where you're kind of taught where the best way to live is to work for the government, for 20 plus years and then happily retire, with the pension and benefits and all that. And that's what I've been kind of believing, that's what I kind of followed for many, many years, but never really sat right with me. I've always wanted more. And so my wife and I, we ended up about 4 or 5 years ago, we had started buying small rental homes, and we got to a couple of them, and then we stepped back after a few and said, okay, well, what's the best way to scale this thing, right? And so we started pouring ourselves into education and networking, and eventually we found you and Mark at a meetup, the same one that I host for you guys now.
Yeah.
Over in Grapevine.
Another guy was running that meetup. That's where we first met you.
Yeah. He was actually a friend at work who brought me to like that meetup.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we hit it off, and I remember like that.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think we hit it off actually. So maybe.
I meant me and Tammy. We
off. Okay.
Friends.
I was going to say,
friends. I was kind of leery about.
We got little.
Me too.
We got little jerk.
But I did fly home like that night, and I remember telling Ebony like okay, this is where we need to be, and so I think that's at the beginning of 2017. Then I deployed and started working a lot with you, right? We started working a ton together. I was getting mentored and trained by you. I was analyzing your deals,
and that's when
I came back.
You were deployed, and so we were working remote together just through Zoom, but you were getting up. I don't remember. You had to get up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember what it was, but I remember the hours were really screwy.
Yeah. They're like backwards, right? So I would get up at like 3 or 4 and then jump on with you, because so at 3 or 4 in the morning, that's like nighttime here. And so I'd work with you throughout the night, and then I'd get off work after my duties, and then I jump back on a call with you again at night, which is morning for you. So we were kind of doing that for like 6 months almost.
Yeah, you were 6 months. 6 months you were deployed?
Oh yeah. In Kuwait. So then I came back shortly after that, and then you launched your group. I was in it, and then from then on, I started hunting down deals and kind of built from there.
We said you were our guinea pig, right? Because we would be, hey Eli, what do you think about this video or that? And you you were busting your butt. I mean, you were deployed, you had, full-time job, but you made sacrifices, right? I mean, you had to sacrifice your time and sleep and things like that to do it. It wasn't easy.
Oh no, not by any chance, And I remember staying up, many hours going through all those videos, all those documents, and seeing back feedback and all that. But it was great learning. I mean, it's a trade-off, right? So you kind of suffer now for a big payout like later on. So it's all kind of come, full circle. So I think I brought value, but then again, the value that you guys, you can't beat that. Yeah.
Well, I see that Lucas and Chihiro are watching with us live. Hey guys. Just so you know, Lucas and Chihiro, when you see Eli again, just say, "Hey, guinea pig, how are you?"
No.
That's his new nickname, guinea pig.
I have a few other nicknames for him too, but won't share
them. Yeah. Probably not in this form, at least.
Yeah. What else?
So you ended up. I remember the first time you analyzed deals took you a long time, and then you got faster and faster, and then you met somebody in the group, Brent, right, and hit off with him and partnered up with him and tell us kind of how you get your first deal. Yeah,
sure. Yeah. So that was probably at the beginning of 2018, right? So we spent about 5 or 6 months hunting down deals. We analyzed, well over 100 of them. And we had done we had made like the best and final, a couple of them. And about, right off bat, so about at the beginning of 2018, we actually found a deal. And we made it to the best and final and then lost it to another group. And then about March, that group couldn't close. And so it came back to us. And the broker was like, "Hey, you all were second best. Do you still, are you interested?" So we're like, "Well, we're not sure." I mean, we were, but, we said, so we had to reanalyze it. It made sense still. And then we offered on it. And then we picked it up in about March and closed in July of last year on it. So it's been in operation now for about almost a year.
That's sweet.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And then you have another property that you're working with now. We just heard you had a LOI or an accepted offer, so that's exciting.
Yeah, we won't go into too much details on that one because it's still early stages, but there's a contract on that. And again, different market for you, right? So this is a completely different market than your first deal. And like we talked about a little bit too, I think when we did it with Brent, is that you didn't just sit back and do nothing. You drove 8 hours, I believe, right? To the union. Met the brokers, met property management companies, and then you drove back the same day, right?
Yeah. So well, so like for that tour, actually, I got that deal. If you guys remember, it was on the cruise. So we were on our investors cruise. Yeah. And so luckily, you and Dugan, like the whole team was there. So it made it really easy to kind of like collaborate
Right.
and get advice. But then I submitted like the LOI on the cruise and it came back accepted. And then, but to actually get it, maybe about 3 weeks before the cruise, I found the deal. I called a property manager, asked him his opinion on it. The guy knows everything about everything in Memphis. And I've been there. I've been working with him, for, almost a year or two, I think. And then he liked it. You liked it also. And so I drove out there after work, like that night, I drove out there, did a tour like the next morning, and then came back. And so for like a full 36 hours, and I think it's close to that. Yeah, it was tough, but it all worked out for the best.
Yeah. So you had to get off, go do it and spend time, right? Sacrifice again to do it. So that's awesome. And, there's a lot of opportunity around that particular deal, but it wasn't easy getting it, right? And we went through a lot back and forth. And I think there are a lot of times we thought probably the deal wasn't going to go through. But, as of now, it's still in progress. So that's great.
Yeah. These things, they're kind of like roller coasters, because like they underwrite one way and then you kind of learn a little bit more knowledge and then it kind of goes down and then you learn some more and it goes back up and then but eventually you kind of put all your information together and then it makes sense, right? Then you offer on it. And so, it's it kind of ebbs and flows, but for sure, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. I see Matt's on too. I think Matt's a little stalker because every time we're doing a meetup or like that, Matt actually drove, I think, 2.5 hours to go to the meetup in Grand Rapids at Justin Aaron. He was there, and then he's hosting up the meetup on Thursday. So I would be careful about him, I think. But yeah, someone's asking too, was a syndication. Yes, we typically syndicate our deals. This particular deal, actually, we're not syndicating. Reality, one of the advantages of being in the group, it's only being brought into the group. There're going to be 5 of us taking the deal down together, and we won't have any other investors. We are not syndicating this deal at all. So you wouldn't know about the deal.
Yeah. I think just the way it's kind of organically structured, right? Just the way it all worked out with the loan and just the way it is, it makes more sense to do it this way, and the group is supportive too. So it's easier to just kind of reach out to like our little ecosystem and just kind of fund it that way.
Yeah. So you get a pension, right, with working for the government, and can be pretty decent. So why are you trying to do more? I mean, your wife also works the Air Force full time. So why are you spending all this time and effort into this?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong, with getting a government pension and doing that. But I think building a business and building wealth, that opens up, way more opportunities, for the family, and then to me, to build a legacy, it's not about getting, a million or $1 billion or whatever, and then giving it to your kids, So what, to me, to build a legacy is to do this myself, something that I'm passionate about building wealth, and then showing them how to do it, and then once they learn, then, that's the legacy that I'll pass on, So, I mean, aside from building the wealth, there's, this opens opportunities for me and my family, and then also it helps me build a legacy the way I want to build it, right? So that's, probably like the 3 main reasons right there.
Sweet. See that Rafi's on. So Rafi's in our group, but he's from Israel.
Rafi?
If you're watching live with us, will you leave in the comments where you're watching from and give us some love? Show us some love on the like.
We want to know if anybody is farther away than Rafi. And I would be surprised, but let's see if anyone is.
That's all right.
But so yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, we have our upcoming Fire Summit in general. If you're watching and you want to learn how Eli and other students just like him went from maybe single family transitioning into apartments, we have a live 2-day conference in Dallas in September. It's called the Fire Summit. And you can check that out at thinkmultifamily.com. That's thinkmultifamily.com/Fire Summit. I will put that in the comments that you can check out that link later. Do you have any more questions for me?
Just one other question. I see Matt's from Midland, Michigan, which is funny because we hit it off. Midland's maybe about 20 miles from where I grew up in Michigan. So
I feel sorry for him.
You're from Arkansas, so you don't have a lot to comment about. So, but I guess just in general, one last question is kind of how do you think multifamily community has kind of helped you out?
Oh, you guys, in every single way, right? I mean, aside from just being there to help guide and all that, I mean, you guys partnered with us. You guys, I think so. Buying at this level, it has to be a team sport, right? And so you guys have created like a team and ecosystem that of resources, where we can all just kind of like come together and partner and raise money together and find deals together. So, even from like the first beginning, I mean, you guys have changed like our mindsets on how like the business works, on how investing works, and because realistically, you really can't just go out there and just find properties, right? There's tons of moving pieces and skills that you have to really have to help supplement, buying an apartment complex. And so that's what you guys have always been there and help guide, mentor, and coach us 100% of the way.
Yeah, I think the other added benefit, from my perspective anyways, is that we've been able to develop a friendship, a lot more than just business. And so we went on cruise, I tease you all the time, but only tease people I like.
Yeah.
So
of course, Ebbs is one of my dancing buddies, so I love that.
Your kids got to hang out with our kids. So, at the end of the day, business is great to do and things like that. But if you can do business with people that you like as well, it's a huge, huge difference. And it's fun hanging out with you. It is you and your family and stuff like that. So super excited you're in the group, and
Right on.
it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look back and kind of see where you started and where you're at now, it's significant. It really is. So really looking forward to a lot more deals you're going to be doing, and
the journey only gets more exciting from now on, right?
It does, yeah, for sure.
Getting that first one is scary, but after that, it's just kind of starting to stack, right? That's really how you accelerate your portfolio.
Yeah, for sure. You struggle and fight and kind of claw your way, get like your first deal, and
right.
And it seems like it'll never end, and then all of a sudden you kind of land it, and then the doors kind of open from there, right? And it's never really easy, but it does get easier,
right.
But I would say that you kind of mitigate that by making sure that you're in a group of people who really support, and help and can give you resources, and place where you can give value and they can give you value, right? So, which is why we're all kind of here.
Right.
And being persistent, like you've been persistent. So it's awesome. So, all right, man, we'll be seeing you here soon as well, because we both live in Dallas. Well, you live in Fort Worth, and it's the
better part, yeah.
Yeah, but no, thank you for joining us today, Eli. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the people that were able to listen. As Tamiel mentioned, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us or Eli, and we would love to chat with you.
And we would love to see you at the Fire Summit in September. So remember to check out us at thinkmultifamily.com/Fire Summit.
Yep. See you guys there.
Bye.
Take care,
guys. Take care.